Have you ever wanted to increase your FPS, decrease your input delay and ping in a few minutes? This is the EXM Free Tweaking Utility, a tool which will help your PC achieve better performance and lower latency in any game. But before we start the video, I want to tell you guys about our EXM Premium and Standard Tweaking Utilities. These are the most advanced and effective optimization tools that we have to offer. They will completely optimize your PC with an press of a few buttons. So if you notice a difference after using our free tweaking utility, our premium and standard tweaking utilities will help you so much more. We have over 3,000 customer reviews on our Discord server and website, so make sure to check out exmtweaks.com to completely optimize your PC and unlock your full potential. The first thing that we're going to be doing is downloading the utility. Simply go to the description of the video you're watching right now. In there, you can find a link for our Discord server. So once you're in our Discord server, simply navigate over to the free tweaking utility category, and in there, just press on the download link. This will take you to a Google Drive, and in there, just right click on the utility and press download. And while the utility is downloading, I want to tell you guys something. Get this video to 3,000 likes and get us to 31,000 subs, and we'll drop a new version of the free tweaking utility. Alright, so it should show up in the top corner right here, so you're just going to want to press on it. Now you can either extract it manually or just minimize all the windows in the background and drag it onto your desktop, which is what I'm going to be doing. Both methods work, but I'm doing this. And once you have it extracted, simply right click on it and run it as administrator. This is important because it will make sure all the tweaks apply properly. So run it and make sure to put it into full screen. On the welcome screen, just press any key to continue. And now it's time for a restore point, which is very important because it basically creates a backup of all your current settings. So if you want to revert the tweaks, you can just use a restore point. So I'll make one, press 1 followed by enter on your keyboard, and it will create a restore point. Alright, so it just finished it, just press OK. And now it will download the resources like the power plan, NVIDIA profile inspector, and much more. So all you have to do is press OK. As you can see, we're in the menu now. There's 18 different optimization categories, and I'm going to show you how to do each one. So let's start. First, we have general optimizations, which is a pretty simple one. All you have to do is just press 1 and enter, and it will run this little script, which will apply all the general tweaks. Boom. Next, we have mouse and keyboard optimizations. In here, we have two options. Firstly, we have some basic mouse and keyboard registry optimizations. Just press 1 and enter. But after that, we have keyboard and mouse data queue size. And here we have 3 options. And the way you select whichever one of these you should use is just press T to open Task Manager. In here, go to the performance category. And in here, just find your CPU. And what you want to do here is simply comment below whatever CPU you have. And I'll tell you which one of these options you should use. This is a high-end CPU, so I'm going to use 1. And yeah, that's all you have to do for mouse and keyboard. After that, we have the Windows category. In here, you can either go through them one by one, but I'll personally be pressing the apply all button. And in here, if you're on Windows 11, then enable game mode. And if you're on Windows 10, then disable it. I'm personally on Windows 11, so I'm gonna enable it. And yeah, that's everything for Windows tweaks. The next category is going to be PC clean. So firstly, we have clean temporary device data, and the next thing that we have is Windows Clean Manager. In here, just press OK. In this little menu, make sure to select every single option, press OK, and delete files. It will take about 30 seconds. I'll just skip to when it's finished. Alright, so it just finished, and now it's time for memory optimizations, so just press 5. If you don't know how much RAM you have, just open Task Manager. Go to performance and memory, and as you can see, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. And if for some reason your RAM amount isn't here, you can just do the next nearest option and it will work just fine. So I'm gonna press 6 since I have 32 gigs, and boom. Next, we have disabling startup services using the Autoruns app. This will open this little app. Very important, make sure to go to the logon category, because if you go here, you can disable stuff which your PC needs to run. So yeah, make sure you're in the logon category. And in here, you basically disable everything except your antivirus, which for me is Asset. And keep CMD checked, keep these NA files checked. You don't want Adobe Creative Cloud starting up and running in the background, killing your performance. It's just not worth it. But yeah, after unchecking everything, you can just close the app simply. And yeah, next we have GPU optimizations, which in here, it's pretty simple. You just select your GPU brand and it will do all the optimizations for you. I personally have an NVIDIA GPU, so I'm going to be running that. But yeah, it applied the NVIDIA profile inspector profile. Alright, now we have GPU hardware acceleration, and ignore this little text, I messed it up. I'm gonna fix it in the final release. Anyways, in here you have the option to enable or disable hardware acceleration. And in 90% of cases, it's actually better to disable it. But I've also seen PCs where it performs better when it's enabled. If you have the time to do so, just test whichever one works for you the best. but I recommend disabling it if you don't want to test it. So yeah. So next we have CPU optimizations, and a little warning before you do it. If your PC has overheating issues or high temperatures, I generally don't recommend doing them because they may slightly increase them. But if it doesn't, simply just press 8 and press OK on this little pop-up. And in here, all you have to do is just select your brand of CPU. I have an Intel CPU, so I'm going to be pressing that. And yeah, boom. The next thing that we have is going to be USB optimizations. This is a really simple one. You just press 9 and apply general USB optimizations. Boom. And the next category that we have is power optimizations, and same with CPU. If you have overheating issues, I don't recommend doing these because these may make it worse. But if you don't have overheating issues, just press 10, press OK on the little pop-up. Alright, so in the power category, we have 6 different options and an apply all button. If you want to go through them one by one, feel free to do so, but I'm going to be pressing the apply all button. So in here, you can just select my free power plan. Trust me, it's one of the best free power plans out there, but I'm going to stick to using my premium power plan since it's better. And yeah. Now it will apply the tweaks, and it will put you into this menu where you can delete the default power plans. If you don't want to do this, you can skip it. Sometimes your power plans just randomly switch back to the default ones, and you don't want that happening. So yeah, I'm gonna delete them. So that's everything for power tweaks. The next category that we have is going to be system debloat. So in here, we have 14 different debloat options, but you can either go through them one by one, which is what I highly recommend. But if you read this and you're sure that you want to disable everything, then feel free to press the apply all button, which is what I'm going to be doing. Now it will open this little window where you can uninstall Edge. And if you like edging, just skip it, but I'm going to be uninstalling it. So boom. And the next thing that we have is enabling or disabling Microsoft Store. I personally don't use Microsoft Store at all, so I'll be disabling it. But yeah, that's everything for the debloat category. Alright, so after that we have storage tweaks, and simply press 12. In here we have 3 options. The first one is going to be trimming and defragmenting your drives. This will open this little menu, and in here all you have to do is just select your C drive. As you can see, it's my SSD, and just press optimize. It will take a few seconds to trim it. You can also do this on your hard drives, but it will take a really long time. So yeah, but I'll just close the menu. That's all I'll do. And the other 2 tweaks are just going to be enabling user write cache and disabling SSD power savings. So yeah, that's everything for storage optimizations. So the next thing that we have is fixing corrupted files. So just press 13. Files, this is a pretty simple one. It will just run this little scanner and it will scan any corrupted Windows files in your system. Next thing that we have is going to be setting full screen optimizations. You just select your Windows version. If you're on Windows 11, press 2. If you're on Windows 10, press 1. Pretty self-explanatory. Boom. Now it's time for uninstalling useless apps. So the first option that we have here is uninstalling Windows pre-installed apps, and all you have to do is just press 1 and enter, and it will uninstall some of the most useless apps which are installed on your PC by default. It may show errors if you already have them uninstalled, by the way. Alright, so after that, we have the second option, which is just going to be manually uninstalling useless apps. I personally already have my PC basically fully rid of them. Actually, I found something which is Keys2X. I haven't used them in months. You can go through this. For example, some people may have the Xbox apps here and other stuff like that. So if you don't use it, just feel free to uninstall it. So the next step that we have is going to be disabling useless animations. This will open this little menu. And in here, all you have to do is just copy my settings, smooth edges on screen fonts, show thumbnails instead of icons, and show window contents. The next thing that we have is going to be disabling Windows updates. And this opens a little app which allows you to toggle Windows updates. And the reason why you would want to disable them, if you're doing some heavy intensive task like playing a game, a Windows update can start and it will completely kill your PC's performance. I would just keep them disabled until you want to install one. Also, a little FYI, a Microsoft Store doesn't work if you have updates disabled, so keep that in mind. Just press apply now and close it. Alright, so the final thing that we're going to be doing is the EXM network tweaking utility, so just press 18. So in here we have a bunch of network tweaks. I have a tutorial for this. Just press T. This will open the tutorial, and in the tutorial just skip to 2.15 and watch from there, and it will tell you everything you have to do. After that, simply restart your PC so the tweaks properly apply. And yeah, that's everything for today's video. Comment below if this helped you. Make sure to check out exmtweaks.com to completely optimize your PC and unlock its full performance. I love all of you guys, and Merry Christmas.